My name is Ronald Regan Fox. I got good news for you right now under the war which has been going on towards UK and EU. So I've listened to the deal quite well, very well. I've digested the statements of the head of state of the UK enterprise in Brussels. I agree with the deal. I'm going to come back to you guys to tell you about the points that I have digested and thought about it carefully according to the deal or the terms and conditions of the reformed EU. One of the points I have is that UK can control its borders. UK has got power over its pound sterling. UK has got power over its interest rate of the pound to still operate. And another point I have for you from this gentleman, what he just said, it's talked about abuse of free movement from the EU nations or EU nationals or EU citizens. They are not allowed to abuse their free movement. Those terms and conditions are determined by the UK migration to understand what's going on if you do abuse your freedom of movement. So there's a logic behind it. Englishman is always good. Another point I have, as you understand, my name is Ronald Regan Fox, representing Fox News, and I digest statement of people in authority. I agree with the deal. Second deal we got right here as UK enterprise. Reform on agreed by after digesting the statement right now. So the man talked about change the international law, or the people who are controlling the world, the international community has backed UK to have its own power over its borders, to have its own powers over its currency, to have its own power over migrants if they abuse the freedom of movement into the EU, and about benefits for the EU migrants that come to the UK for 7 years or 4 years. That works for UK enterprise. It's all about fighting within. But the only thing that I want people to understand it, to understand the logic behind the deal. The deal works in British interest. Secondly, I'm going to talk about reforms can be changed if those terms and conditions of the reforms are not followed by EU citizens or EU nations. It can be changed. So you guys got power to say this one is not working for us. We don't need this and whatever. So that means it's logically it's working for the British enterprise benefit. And then when we talk about employment and benefit, you end up finding that the man has brought 7 years of those ones who are coming outside of the EU to have 7 years to work to contribute to the states. That's a deal. So I want people who think deep about it to digest this statement, digest the deal. The deal is working for UK enterprise. I'm not easily convinced because I was against the UK to be inside the EU. But right now I'm getting convinced and I've digested the statement and I read it quite well. UK can deal with this because that means the man has won the war. Mr. David Cameron, you done good. He has brought the deal. Seriously, you guys try to read and digest the statement of the deal. The deal works for the UK benefit. I'm convinced. I wasn't easily convinced. Ronald Regan Fox, under Century Fox Enterprise. As I'm reading you quite well, another point that I read about the statement from the gentleman right here. I've read about the statement say reforms have to be followed by the terms and conditions of the EU, and EU cannot break the terms and conditions. That means that EU people or EU nations have surrendered to UK power authority. UK has got power over EU. They won the war. I like it today. UK has got its deal. So that means that EU have surrendered to UK interest, and UK has made sure that they get their interest as they wrote it. I love that. You read the deal and try to understand it logically. Read through it and think about it. Secondly, they talked about, according to the terms and conditions, about UK rates. UK rates will always stay. The pound sterling will always stay. Benefit, I've talked about it. UK migration laws will still stand. They have control over their borders. Another point here that we read about, UK can withdraw anytime if they want. And another thing is all about EU bailouts. It's not the responsibility of UK to bail out EU nations if they fall in problems with money. They're not responsible over that, which is very good. And another point that I have here that I wrote independently is about special status. People, you have to understand what a special status for UK. So with you UK people or UK population to have special status, that means that the EU is working in your benefit because you have special status. So the question is, what are the special status? UK has got special status. Special status, that's a good point. Special status, those are the terms and conditions according to the deal of the reform that they have done. It's working for UK interest. You guys try to be convinced. Try to understand. The man has done a good job. And then when I come back to another point, they talk about working in the UK. As you're very much aware that people have to work 7 years before receiving any benefit in the UK. They have to put it back into the system. And then here they talked about I've mentioned the special status. What if the British got power over its borders, over its this is historical, but under the draft, in conclusion, after digesting the terms and conditions of the reform, the deal, I agree with the deal. So it's up to you, Mr. Michael Go out there. It's up to you, Mike Farage out there, to assess the deal if it works in your own benefit. But all I agree, under Century Fox, Ronald Regan Fox agrees with the deal. It's working for British interest. That means that EU has surrendered to your benefit. UK, you are the boss. You are own power. You are the leading country in Europe, and you have your benefit under the deal. I like you so much. British intellect, British wisdom has come back. British power has come back, and the man has made the deal. Nice to meet you once again, Ronald Regan Fox. Bye-bye.